So this one, pass past us in third seat, we opened a spade, our partner bid 2 clubs, and we jumped to 4 spades. Normally the thing that I like to ask when we have a lot of these distributional hands is like, can I construct a hand where slam is actually making? And if I can't, then yes, we just sign off in 4 spades. But if I can construct a hand where slam actually, is more or less cold, right? Like, let's give partner the king 4th of spades, king doubleton of clubs, and the king of diamonds. It's not like slam is cold. That would probably be a pretty good slam. And I imagine this partner could easily have king 3rd of spades, king queen of clubs, and the king of diamonds, which would be an 11 count, aceless. If they were 4 triple 3, they might pass in first seat. So there are hands where slam makes. The next question is like, can I reasonably deduce whether or not partner has one of those types of hands? Because it's a very specific hand type, right? Hands with like a singleton club upset or ace 5th might look good at first glance. We have no club losers, but we still need to set up the club suit to make our 12 tricks, and that's going to require a bunch of roughs in our partner's hand. They would basically need to have king of spades, ace of hearts, king of diamonds, and for clubs to split, and no one over roughs anything, and maybe the trumps need to split well because we might end up roughing a club with the king of spades. So I'm mostly focusing on these hands where partner has good club support for me, because I think those will make the slams a bit of a better contract. And we probably could find out if partner has these hands with good club support. We could bid 3 clubs directly. Our partner, should be taking that as a slam try. Hey Rob, welcome in. Cheers to you as well. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Final question, I guess, is just like, is it worthwhile to look for the slam? It's nice to be early. Yeah, you made it for board 1. I just started out, had a couple of pre-stream announcements, like I will be doing a double header. Well, sort of double header. I'm going to take a break for dinner in between, but I will be back later this evening to play some with actual people, which will be fun. So make sure to tune in for that if you're around. Otherwise, you can obviously catch the VOD. But okay, back to my analysis of the auction, which really just doesn't matter whatsoever in this event, but I like doing it because I think it adds a little bit of extra content to what we're doing. I think it probably is worthwhile to look for the slam. This could be one of those spots where it would really separate partnerships that have a lot of bidding experience playing together, or partnerships that I guess are made up of expert players who are used to navigating kind of difficult slam auctions and being able to still sign off in like 4 of the major. One of the reasons I might not want to, for example, show my hand is if there was a lead that the opponents could make, which would be really damaging to me, right? If I were to bid 3 clubs, and for example, this would highlight that I had, say, queen doubleton of diamonds, then I might not do that. I would rather just blast 4 spades, give them a blind guess on opening lead, maybe be able to discard my diamond losers. But in this instance, there aren't really any leads I can see that hurt me. I mean, from my perspective, a trump is probably the best lead for the opponents, and at least that's coming into my ace-queen. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think 4 spades is the right bid here, but I understand making that choice. So how did we end up overall? We get the king of hearts lead, and slam actually looks great. This is a hand I didn't even consider in my analysis, where we don't have the spade king, but partner has everything else. Because if you just take a look at the hand and say, oh, well, we need the spade finesse, then slam wouldn't be good. But this extra jack-9 of clubs makes it so that we could either make 12 tricks via the spade finesse, or we can make 12 tricks via the club finesse. Um, as for lines of play, I mean, we're going to start by winning the ace of hearts and taking a spade hook. Eventually, we might want to guess who has the queen of clubs. This king of hearts lead, supposedly from the king-queen, might allow us to determine where the queen of clubs is eventually. My thinking is that if West, who presumably has at least 4 hearts, given the auction, East didn't preempt, if West has a good 4-card heart suit, then if they turn up with, like, say, king doubleton of spades, they might have made a takeout double. Or this player might have overcalled 2 hearts, for example. But we'll see. So let's lead the 8 of spades for a finesse. Just in case the spades happen to be 4-1, we want to be able to take 2 spade hooks and remain in dummy. Like, we technically could lead the 10 of spades and dump the 9 on this trick, but things get a little complicated if the suit splits 5-0 then. So I'd rather just lead the 8. West turns up with the king and has the queen of hearts. So this is going to make me think I should hook East for the club queen. It's not 100% inference. I mean, I think it's just like slightly better than 50-50. But West with king queen, say 4th or 5th of hearts, king of spades, one of the minor suit queens, say the queen of clubs, may well have overcalled 2 hearts or made a takeout double over 1 spade. So we'll pull a second round of trumps. And I guess a third round of trumps. Okay, that club discard also makes me think that West probably doesn't have the club queen. With queen third of clubs, it would be very weird for West to discard a club on this trick. So for a lot of reasons, we'll play a club to the king and run the jack. And we have 12 tricks. So this could have been a hand where, had we been a little more, you know, I know it's declare play only, but just talking from the auction perspective, my adventure into a 3 club bid here is south, naturally being a slam try, right? Because over Drury, if we weren't accepting a game try, we would just sign off in 2 spades. The slam try of 3 clubs, partner would like their king jack third of clubs. They would like the fact that they have a lot of controls, ace king king, and we would eventually reach our way into 6 spades, which is a good spot. And after the spade hook lost, but the club hook won, we would make our contract. So that could have been a way to pick up, you know, close to a top board in a fairly weak field. In a strong field, I would expect a lot of players to kind of go through the same analysis I did, realize that we have a way to search for whether or not partner has a good club fit for us, and that's going to be the key to making slam. But anyway, so we're 480. Probably a flat board is my guess. A lot of players will either take the same analysis that we did, or they'll pull 3 rounds of trumps, see West pitch a club, and then play the clubs correctly. On to board 2. Once again, we get to 4 spades. A spade by us, 2 spades by our partner. We bid 4 spades. I think I'm going to forgo the analysis because I spent a long time on board 1 discussing this. Again, we have a distributional hand. I would ask, is there any chance that we could be making a slam? And if so, you know, can I find it? Intuitively, this hand feels a little weak opposite just a simple 2 spade raise, but I'm not going to bother actually thinking about it because at this point I've spent a lot of time on the first board talking about the exact same thing. So we get to 4 spades. We get the queen of clubs lead. Standard honors, so West either has shortness or queen jack of some kind. And the hand seems pretty straightforward. Now, because this is day 3, I actually don't expect this board to be like completely average. Like on days 1 or 2 of this event, 100% of the players in the field would win the ace of clubs, cash the king of spades. Assuming everyone follows, they would lead the jack of spades. If West doesn't cover, they would hop up with the ace, and then they would play the king of clubs pitching a diamond, ruff the hearts good and dummy, ruff a club to get back to hand, eventually lose a diamond, and however many spades. Since it's day 3, people might actually look to swing this board. And it's very possible that if someone was, say, sitting, a couple percentage points out of first, they could definitely take a line of play where they take a spade finesse. Because it's not terribly anti-percentage, and it will go against the field, so if they happen to get lucky and the spade finesse works, then they'll end up with a top board, and they will move up in the standings. Kind of a common technique that some people employ. I don't really believe in that kind of strategy. I tend to just try and play the hands the best way that I can, and use my, gut instincts or table sense to try and deduce which finesses to take. So that's my preferred style, but I know there are definitely some players in the field who might play king of spades, spade to the 10, or might try and start roughing hearts before playing on spades. That would work out in case the spade suit split particularly badly, maybe. Like maybe if East has 4 spades, going ace, king of hearts, heart, ruff would do better. You can pick up a 4-card spade holding in the East. Anyway, let's just take the normal line. I don't really think I should do anything different. So king of spades, everyone follows. I'll play the jack. West covers. We do get to pitch a diamond on the king of clubs. Not that it really matters to do this right now, but I guess I will. And once everyone follows to 2 rounds of hearts, we can claim 12 tricks. We're going to lose a diamond. We can ruff the heart suit good, even if it's 4-2. So with queen doubleton spades in the West, even if people were hoping to swing the board, they wouldn't be able to in this case. So that's so that one should be pretty flat. Lots of spade contracts today. We got to 3 spades doubled. This can't be good news. We pass in first seat. I mean, how did we get to 3 spades in this auction? No one even bid spades. We just passed throughout and eventually balanced 3 spades. That's kind of insane. So we passed in first seat. West opened a heart. Passed by our partner. 2 hearts by East. Now, hey, Rob, you're welcome. You're welcome. No problem. I'm happy to provide the analysis on the hands. That's what I like doing. I like teaching people about bridge and other things as well, but I'm more knowledgeable about bridge than anything else. So let's see. A heart passed 2 hearts, and we decide to pass. I think it's actually totally reasonable to overcall 2 spades as south here. It's a little scary to do it with spades and clubs. Like, we can't have a great hand because we didn't preempt 2 spades and we didn't open 1 spade. So our partner knows that we're going to be limited to something like this, and if they don't have a spade fit, they would have to pull 2 spades somehow, right? Like, if a partner's sitting on a singleton spade and we overcall 2 spades, they know we're in a 5-1 fit. They also know that we must have overcalled because we have a second place to play in case we get in trouble. But the danger is that, like, you know, if they hope that that second place to play is diamonds, they might bid 3 diamonds over 2 spades, and we get in trouble. My guess is they could do something like bid 2 no, like pick a minor sort of thing, or they could just bid 3 clubs, presumably some sort of pass or correct. You know, similarly to us, we see they didn't overcall 2 of a minor over a heart. But we elect not to overcall 2 spades. Also totally fine. I don't hate either choice. I think both are completely reasonable, right? Our partner wasn't able to act over a heart, and therefore Like, we can just expect that if we have a spade fit, it's not too large. Partner has heart shortness, didn't want to make a takeout double. Probably not our hand, let's just not get involved. Would 3 diamonds over 2 hearts also imply 2 places? Absolutely. Just simply for the same reason, like, we didn't preempt in first seat. Now, for the robots stylistically, I think they could easily have a very long diamond suit that for whatever reason they don't want to preempt. But most expert standard stuff is that you preempt all of the hands with long suits, and therefore if you make an overcall in this kind of auction, you must have like 2 places to play, because a takeout double would show 3. So yeah, but good point. You know, and any bid we make over 2 hearts would imply 2 places. Okay, anyway, so we decide to pass. Our partner balances with 3 diamonds. Not our favorite type of auction, but partner could have hands where this makes sense. Pass by East, and here, wow, I don't know what I would do over 3 diamonds. I mean, kind of similarly, this should imply 2 places to play. Now, it's kind of funny, because if partner had spades and diamonds, they could balance with 2 spades, naturally showing a 4-card suit, right? Because they didn't overcall 1 spade over a heart. So, I mean, this 3 diamond bid feels weird. Like, maybe it's actually supposed to just be some sort of 5-3-3-2 nonsense, where partner's like, well, they're playing 2 over major at match points. We're not vulnerable. I have to come in. Because partner could bid 2-no with both minors. Partner could bid, like I said, 2 spades with spades and a minor, showing a 4-card spade suit. Partner could make a takeout double if they really wanted to introduce all 3 suits. Yeah, it feels like this 3 diamond bid actually almost has to be this sort of 5-3-3-2 hand type. Which is bad news for us. I mean, we know we're in a 5-1 fit. I don't know what I would do, honestly, over 3 diamonds. If I was given this problem at the table, I might try 3 spades immediately, figuring that we have to be in a 5-3 spade fit. You know, partner has a doubleton heart, so if they really are 5-3-3-2, it would be 5 diamonds, 2 hearts, 3 spades, and 3 clubs. It kind of feels a little sad, though, bidding 3 spades, because we could have just as easily overcalled 2 spades, right? And then we would be a level lower. So, alternatively, like, we could definitely pass, right? And I think pass has some merit. We're not doubled yet. That's the thing that pass has going for it. Whereas if we bid 3 spades, and if for whatever reason we've done the wrong thing, then we're getting doubled. We're in a heap of trouble on this hand. Yeah, maybe South's plan was to run to 3 spades if 3 diamonds is doubled. Very sensible. Like, that's also a reason why we could just pass. The difference is that, like, if 3 diamonds passes out, we're probably getting a minus score. And 3 spades could easily be making. You know, our partner's implying that they have some stuff over here for this 3 diamond bid. So, like, if partner just had a balanced 0 count, they would pass out 2 hearts. They know we're a passed hand. Anyway, so I think I'm okay with passing, but the problem is, like, once we decide to pass and the opponents don't double us, we should just sell out. We made the, I guess, decision that 3 spades was not a making contract when we passed 3 diamonds. So over 3 hearts, we should be content that we've pushed them up a level. You know, our hands aren't fitting very well. Partner has diamonds. Maybe 3 hearts is just going down. I wouldn't be surprised if doubling 3 hearts is the right thing to do on our cards. Actually, I kind of like doubling 3 hearts, assuming it's penalty. Just because of the non-diamond fit. The opponents are going to be in trouble in that suit. We might get a diamond ruff. We have some aces and kings that might take tricks. Anyway, we get to 3 spades doubled. All of that said, I've spent a lot of time talking about the auction, and I'm sure this is going to be a fascinating hand to play. Now, looking at partner's hand, I don't think 3 diamonds makes a ton of sense. You should absolutely balance with 2 no trump if this is what your hand looks like. You know, like, look at South's hand, right? This is the pure disaster hand where you balance 3 diamonds. You could have just as easily been playing in 3 clubs, finding your club fit. But enough about that auction. We get the 2 of clubs lead. And West double is a bit double-edged, if I can use that term. West has a hand where obviously they're happy to compete to 3 hearts over 3 diamonds, but they don't think 3 spades is making, which all of this seems consistent with the fact that they claim double shows spades. I think so too. West is likely to be short in diamonds, somehow, and therefore longer in spades, which makes me believe this 2 of clubs lead might be a singleton. Great. Well, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? So, if I take the club hook at trick 1, East can win the king and give their partner club ruff. East doesn't know that this club lead is a singleton, right? Like, if we play low and East wins the king, they might switch to hearts, they might do something else, but if East gives West a club ruff, actually, that might not be so bad. West might truly be end-played in 3 suits. They can't lead a heart away from the king. They don't want to lead diamonds because that'll set up dummy's king. And they don't want to lead trumps away from their trump holding. So maybe ducking the club is okay. My alternative is I could like win the ace of clubs, try and play some trumps, hope that East has like queen 10, double 10 of spades maybe. No, let's just play low. We get the heart switch, which is, you know, not unexpected. And a heart comes back. So East didn't work out that West had led from stiff club, which might not be the end of the world for the defense. I mean, West could easily have, you know, 4 natural trump tricks over there. Ace, queen, 10, 8, 4th, right? Very possible. King of hearts, presumably the ace of diamonds and ace of spades. I imagine West has the queen of spades also. So maybe our plan is spade to the 9, hope that East has the 10. East did not have the 10. Shocker. All right, let's try and pin the doubleton 8 now. Or the doubleton queen. Okay. I think we're going to be down 2. I mean, I can pull the last trump and run the club suit. Or pull 1 more round of trumps and run the club suit. We know West started with ace 10, 8, 4th. In spades at this point. And there's really nothing I can do about it. I mean, if I was able to cash 3 rounds of clubs and then exit a diamond to West, they would be end played into leading spades into me. But I cannot do that. All right. You can have 2 tricks. We're down 2, minus 300. Not much we could do on that board, I don't think. I'm not certain about the double dummy analysis if East returns a club at trick 2. Like if they do find the club return, it looks like the heart and club return are both 300. I was thinking maybe my 7 of clubs play at trick 1 might have convinced them not to give partner club ruffs, but looks like it doesn't matter much. Those trump tricks came back anyway. Well, probably gonna be flat. I mean, maybe some people can, I'm not sure, manage to do a little better somehow on this one. Hard to believe if they don't steal a bunch of club tricks, though. I mean, our spades are kind of good enough that we can set up a, trump end play of sorts on West, but I think the defense would have to make too many mistakes to allow it. We got all the way to 5 hearts on this one and a 4 forfeit. That's a little surprising. Uncontested auction, too. Partner opened a club, we bid a spade. Partner bid 2 clubs and we bid 2 hearts, which is forcing? Game forcing. Interesting. A lot of people use 2 diamonds here as like an artificial game force, so that 2 hearts can just be weak with both majors. But okay, so we bid 2 hearts, our partner raised to 3 hearts. We bid 4 hearts, and I can't possibly imagine why the auction would not just end here. I mean, this is a command to pass. Our partner is the one who's already limited their hand. They opened a club, they rebid 2 clubs, and then they showed heart support. They can't be the one making a slam try. If they wanted to make a slam try, they could have done something over 2 hearts. Like you don't want to bid 3 hearts and have partner say, nope, not interested in Q bidding. There's no hands you can hold where slam makes. This is why like serious versus non-serious slam tries are useful. South could make like a non-serious try saying, okay, I hear that you're 6-4 in the round suits. I'm going to need a lot of help from you. Probably a pretty good club suit and some good hearts to make slam. Or we could make a serious slam try saying, maybe I just need one specific control from you. But the 4 heart bid should be absolute sign off. No reason to ever bid again. North bids 5 clubs, which is insane. We sign off in 5 hearts, which is honestly also insane. Let me think. So what does our partner's hand look like where they bid 5 clubs here? I think they have to have solid clubs. And if that's the case, we have a pretty good chance of bringing home hearts and spades for no losers, right? If they have the ace-jack of hearts, or ace-queen of hearts, let's say, ace-queen of hearts, ace-king, queen of clubs, I mean, that's getting borderline to a reverse. 15 count with a solid 6-card suit. Yeah, ace of hearts, ace of diamonds, ace, king, queen of clubs would also be close to a reverse. I mean, like, the problem is just, like, partner has made an impossible bid of 5 clubs, and we have what they're looking for. We have controls and spades and diamonds. Could they possibly have a diamond void? I don't know. Maybe 5 hearts is the right bid, but it's very surprising to me that this whole auction is strange. Anyway, let's see what partner has. Partner has just a massive amount of nothing. Wonderful. Incredible bidding by our partner here. I mean, this is kind of just a failed understanding of like what our hand looks like. We have at least 5 spades because we started with a spade. So the spade void, while it might look promising over there, it just isn't. That's not a good hand for us, and partner has very weak trumps. Like, we could easily be off the ace-king of hearts. There's no reason to Q-bid 5 clubs over here. Okay, Queen of Hearts lead. That's probably a singleton. Well, let's see what happens at trick one. We're going to play low. If East wins the ace and returns a heart, we're going to have some choices to make. And I think those choices start with unblocking the 8 of hearts. I would like a hand entry if possible. Because I either want rough spades or I want to take a diamond hook or a club hook. Now, East can deny us this ability by like returning the 9 of hearts, but it looks like they choose not to. Okay. So let's win the 6. And then what? We should be able to set up the club suit for 2 discards. That is if the suit splits 3-2. No guarantee, but we can be hopeful. So that'll give us 2 spade discards. We can ruff a spade, but we'll still need the diamond finesse. Okay. I gotta imagine that taking the club hook now is probably correct. Is that true? I mean, I could. Okay, here's something that I could do. I could ruff a spade with the jack of hearts and just pull trumps. And then I can take the club hook, you know, presumably play ace of clubs and a club, setting up the suit. And well, things are going to get really awkward at that point, because if East ends up winning at some point and puts a spade through, I'm kind of going to have to decide whether or not I take the diamond finesse, kind of risking my contract, or not. If clubs don't split, we're in a lot of trouble. But I don't really know what to do about that. I could run the jack of diamonds now. If East wins and plays back a heart, like, our entries get a little bit tangled, is the problem. Like, I can't then ruff a spade and get back to my hand to pull the last trump. I guess I have to go for this kind of crazy line of ruff a spade, take the heart hook, pull trumps, club to the queen, and then pray that things go well from there. Well, I don't have to, but I'm going to. There are chances to make 12 tricks, and I think I definitely want to play for that at match points. West is doing an awful lot of diamond discarding. Maybe the king of diamonds is offside, is what that means. Okay. Yup. Diamond comes through. Well, there's some bad news here, which is that my ace of spades is stranded. I'm not convinced I could have done better on this one. If I'd cashed the ace of spades earlier to pitch a diamond, then we would just set up their king of spades at this point. I could go ace of diamonds, cash 2 clubs, and then exit, and we're gonna end up, you know, down 2. If I duck the diamond and East wins, we have a lot of losers. If East puts a spade through, this is a huge mess now, actually. I don't know, was there a better plan from the start? I could have just cross-ruffed a bunch of tricks. Maybe that was the right play. I didn't give that a lot of credit. For whatever reason, I thought I was like somehow gonna magically be back in my hand at this point to cash the spade ace. That was a huge mistake. I mean, if West had king doubleton of clubs, we were in good shape. Cross back to the jack third of clubs, cash the spade ace, and then we can take a diamond finesse for an over trick if we want. Well, what layouts can I still do okay? Like, if West has the king of diamonds, everything's great. I can put in the queen of, not everything's great, but like I can win the queen of diamonds, cash clubs, and cash the diamond ace. If East has the king of diamonds, we're really screwed. Okay, I'm gonna try the queen. It did not work. 10 of spades. At least our spades are all good. West threw one too many spades, I guess. Down 2. So the line of play I didn't really consider was at trick 2, I take a club finesse, I cash the ace of clubs, I cash the ace of diamonds, I ruff a diamond, I cash the ace of spades, I ruff a spade, I ruff a diamond, I ruff a spade. I concede at that point. And how many tricks would I have ended up with? I have 1 trick in, I get queen of clubs, ace of clubs is 3, ace of diamonds is 4, ace of spades is 5, and then 4 ruffs is 9. So it comes out the same. But we were definitely in a lot of jeopardy of going down a 3rd trick, or down 3 if the end position didn't work out as favorably as it had here. Still, if West had king doubleton of clubs, we were in excellent shape. We would have made our contract. So I don't know which line of play would have been better. Okay, on to board 5. A heart by North. We bid a forcing no trump. Our partner raises to 3-no. That is a big bid. And we have what, a 10 count? With Jack 10 doubleton of hearts. We're getting close to slam territory, but I think we've taken up a lot of bidding room, and partners should be 5-3-3-2. They would probably jump shift to a minor if they were 5-4. It could be the case that 6 clubs is making. It could be the case 6 hearts is making, I suppose. Jack 10 doubleton of hearts is a nice filling sequence, but probably a little too difficult to investigate. So we pass 3-0. Looks good. Yes, spade lead. Interesting. Okay. I am going to take a heart hook. Percentage play in the heart suit, we want to take the first round finesse. Against 3-2 breaks, it's essentially equivalent to cashing an honor before hooking. And against 4-1 breaks, we pick up all small singletons with East, and we only lose to the singleton queen. This is a very common 6-2 heart split that you should learn about for percentage plays if you're not familiar. Alright, let's win the ace of spades. I like to take my finesses very early because it makes it a lot more difficult for the opponents to figure out how they want to defend. Like East, for example, might not know that our clubs are so strong and our diamonds are so weak. So, is it possible that on this auction we could have easily had ace, queen, jack, fifth of diamonds and 4 small clubs? Maybe. Anyway, East elects to play a diamond to their partner's ace, and that's going to be the end of the defense on this one. So good defense by East to cash the diamond. Getting their trick. And this might have actually been another position where people could go a little anti-percentage on day 3. You can just cash the ace king of hearts. You'll lose whenever West has queen third or queen fourth of hearts, but you pick up this queen doubleton. It's a little bit anti-percentage, but I wouldn't be surprised if this hand ended up being a little below average for that reason. On to board 6. East opens a diamond. We overcall heart. West bids 2 diamonds. Our partner Q bids. And somehow we've ended up in only 3 hearts. I mean, don't we have a 12 count? And partner forced us to the 3 level and basically has invited us to bid a game. Yeah, this is a good one to remember. And the analysis is pretty simple. It's basically what I said, that the 4-1 splits are the ones that you should be thinking about, and there's only 1 singleton queen, but there are 4 small singletons. So the first round hook is the percentage play. It's different if it's a 5-3 split. Then you always want to cash the ace because you can still finesse twice, picking up the 4-1 split. But when you're 6-2, you can't do it. Anyway, we've ended up in 3 only hearts. And what a surprise, we have 3 losers. We have a trump, a diamond, and a club. Who would have guessed that our extras with extra distribution and a fitting diamond honor is going to be enough for game? Obviously we didn't, because we signed off in 3 hearts. So diamond to the ace, queen of spades, switch. Okay. Well, there's no squeeze for 11 tricks. That's the first thing I notice, is that we can't get to like some sort of suitable position for a squeeze. Like we would essentially need to come down to like stiff club and stiff spade in our hand and use the ace-10 of clubs as like some sort of threat. But we don't have any discards from our own hand to come down to that ending. So I think I'm just going to try and maximize my chance of making 10 tricks on this one. The fact that East opened a diamond, not a spade, strongly suggests they don't have a 5-card spade suit, or 6-card spade suit for that matter. West bid 2 diamonds instead of making a negative double. Looks like East is the one with 4 spades. So East should have 4 spades, West has 3, just given the auction. And we should be able to rough 2 spades in the dummy before trying to pull trumps. we can actually pull a round of trumps if we want, but we can't do something like play a heart to the queen, have it win, and then continue a second heart. Then an opponent with ace third of trumps could play back a third round. We only get to ruff one spade, and we would need some good fortune in the club suit to bring our contract home. So let me think. How do I want to approach this? If I win the king of spades and just play a heart immediately, someone could win the ace and return a diamond. And that's going to kind of kill our hand reentry to ruff a second spade. I'm also like mildly concerned about the eight of hearts setting up into a trick somehow. Like if West has ace eight third of hearts and only three clubs. So what would West's hand be then? They would have like 3-3-4-3 shape. That seems plausible on the auction. I mean, basically what ends up happening is we win the king of spades, play a spade to the ace, we ruff a spade, diamond to the king, we play the fourth spade, and West pitches from their three-card club holding. We ruff, we play a heart, West ducks, we play another heart, West wins, and so West has the singleton eight of hearts left, but they play a club. Ah! But then we can ride the club around to our queen. Well, I mean, East can win the king, but then our queen of clubs will remain as an entry. I was worried we might have to go like ace of clubs club and then ruff the third round of clubs to get back to our hand. It looks like maybe we can time things in a way we don't have to do that. Hold on. So does this line of play work? King of spades, spade to the ace, spade ruff, diamond to the king, spade, ruff. Queen of hearts. West could win and play a trump. Aha. And then if we play a club to the queen and West wins the king and plays a club back, we're sunk. I see. Maybe I'm overcomplicating the hand trying to ruff spades, or maybe I'm tackling it from the wrong perspective. Maybe what I should do is try and set up dummy's club suit instead, pulling trumps in the process. So I could win the ace of spades. Play a heart to the queen, play a club. Like if East has the king of clubs, I think everything's pretty easy. If I play a club to the queen and it loses, I mean, I'm in danger if West has five clubs, but I think that's very unlikely. I think let's try this. Okay, East has the king of clubs, so that should be, it should be pretty simple from here to just pull trumps, unblock the club queen, and claim our 10 tricks. West had two hearts, not ace eight third. So both lines of play once again, or even just if you completely ignore all of the problems and played heart to the queen and a heart, it would have worked. Hey, Clonarm. First time in the week you're able to kibitz Brad, not Brad, Brady. That's me. no comparing me with Brad, that evil villain. But yes, yeah. No, Brad's okay. We like him sometimes. Board 7. We open a no trump. We have kind of a maximum 5-card suit, 17 count. Our partner transfers us to hearts. East doubles. Very tempted to redouble King Queen third, but I guess it's probably not a good choice. Normally we would want to have at least a 4-card suit here to redouble. So we bid 2 hearts showing support. We now have at least 3 trumps. Pass, pass. East balances 2 spades showing spades and diamonds. We bid 3 clubs. I like it. You know, we're short in spades. We want to let our partner know that we have, you know, a pretty maximum hand with a lot of offense. We can miss out on doubling the opponents in 2 spades this way, but it's probably more efficient. You know, if we bid 3 clubs and West bids 3 diamonds, we want our partner to know what to do over that. But okay, so partner bids 3 hearts. I'll pass. We get a diamond lead, not that surprising. I am terrified of what's going to happen when he switches to clubs. Like, I might take the club finesse, I might not. Let's see what happens. So diamond to the ace. East plays a diamond back. Okay. That is somewhat helpful. Well, what do we do here? I mean, I'm going to win the king of diamonds. Right. So diamonds are 5-3, right? I'm pretty sure West led a low diamond spot at trick 1. Diamonds are 5-3. It's possible East is like 5-4-2-2. If we really wanted to like try and take the maximum number of tricks, we could ruff the queen of diamonds, run the jack of clubs, and then take a heart hook and basically play East for king doubleton in both round suits. That seems terrifying, and I don't know if I want to do that. Is it really that bad, though? So I ruff a diamond. I run the jack of clubs. Well, if the club hook loses, and then West goes spade, spade, and East continues another round of diamonds, I think we're in a lot of trouble. What's my alternative? I mean, my alternative, I guess, is to just, like, play hearts out of my hand. Ace of hearts, heart. Maybe we pick up king doubleton with East. That would be nice. I don't like either of these choices, so I guess I'm going to go with the one that could possibly make... how many tricks am I taking if all this works? Nine. I guess 9, right? West gets to rough in on the 4th round of clubs, but unfortunately I haven't been able to pitch a loser on the queen of diamonds. Wait, so you're telling me if I play ace of hearts, heart, and East happens to have king doubleton in both round suits? Ooh, queen of diamonds pitching a spade and then ace of hearts, heart, and East happens to have queen doubleton, or king doubleton, then East is end played into give it either leading a spade away from the king or giving me an entry to take the club hook. Aha, aha. Okay, hold on. There is a layout where I can take 10 tricks. So we cache the ace of hearts to make sure East can't unblock from King Doubleton first. And then we play the Queen of Diamonds pitching a spade, and then we exit a low heart. I don't know. Let's do it. It looks like a fun line. I'm sure this isn't going to work out the way I want. Okay, everyone hold. Hold. So fun fact. I could just win the ace of clubs now and pull trumps. Could East bid this way? I mean, essentially bid twice over a no trump. It shows 6 or more high card points. Yeah, that's believable. 2 spades here, 6 or more high card points. Wonderful. Could East bid this way without the king of clubs? Ace, queen, 4th of spades. Ace, jack, 10, 5th of diamonds, king doubleton of hearts, small doubleton club, definitely. Am I costing myself a trick if I take the club finesse? I think I am, right? I play low, West wins the king, they play 2 rounds of spades, and then a 4th diamond comes through, promoting West's 10 of hearts. So, decision time, right? Do we think East made a double dummy mistake by playing a diamond at trick 2 if they don't have the club king? So if East really has this hand, ace queen 4th, king doubleton, ace jack 10 5th, small doubleton. And they'd switch to a club at trick 2. I take the finesse, they cash 2 spades, they play another club, but then I go heart to the queen, ace of hearts. They didn't make a mistake. Oh, that's unfortunate. Maybe a better question is like, why would East get themselves end played here if they had king doubleton of clubs? They would just switch to the king of clubs, right? Okay, that's a much better point. So I think I should win the ace of clubs, pull trump, lead a club. We still make 3 if East happens to have king doubleton, because East per force will have to win the king on the next round of the suit. Oh, another reasonable point is like, East would just cash the ace of spades, right? If they had the king of clubs, they would be terrified of it going away. Lots of reasons to play the ace of clubs here. No! Wait, hello? Excuse me? Also, nice opening lead by West, leading a low diamond rather than a spade from Queen Jack 9-8. Wow. So we could have ended up plus 200. But plus 170 still feels like quite a strong result on this one. Huh. I don't know. Weird hand. Also, maybe I didn't calculate this very well. After cashing that 3rd diamond and exiting to the king of hearts, East could have just played a 4th round of diamonds immediately. This This whole hand might have been based on a lie, or my line of play. Anyway, we made it, plus 170, we'll move on. I have no idea how that's going to score. We have a 13 count, a club, pass, and no trump. Clubs is the only suit we don't have a stopper in. It's not too terrible of a bid, but I would just prefer to like have my three-way shot at finding a fit and make a takeout double here. Anyway, I mean, the takeout double might have paid off huge dividends because partner would pass, and unless the opponents find their way into a diamond fit, which might still not be great for them, we could collect a large penalty. All right. We have the two spades lead. Let's try and set up the club suit. But how do we want to set up the club suit? East supposedly has long diamonds, right? Like the most diamonds West can have is 4. If they have 4 diamonds and 5 clubs. I actually don't know if the robots open a club or a diamond with those hands, but it looks like East has long diamonds, but not good enough diamonds to bid. So I think if East ever gets in on this hand, I want to just like duck whenever they lead diamonds, hopefully blocking the suit. Well, I mean, I'm kind of short on hand entries. Like, I have to take heart finesses, I have to take club finesses. Let's win the ace of spades. And against these opponents, I can probably manufacture an entry or entries to my hand by leading the queen of hearts next. But against strong opponents, that wouldn't really work. The queen of hearts would just hold. And if I take another heart finesse, that's kind of bringing the hearts dangerously close to being removed as stoppers. I mean, I'm just very tempted to like lead the 8 of clubs and run it. Let's try the queen of hearts. I think there's a very good chance that West, covers with the king here. And so now we should have enough entries where I can play a club to the king and then take a club finesse on the next round of the suit. I can go heart to the jack, club to the king, spade to the king, club to the 10. Oh, not quite, actually. We're still short, right? Yeah, we're definitely still short. Because then I could play another heart over, but that might set up the 4th round of hearts in West's hand before I've set up the club suit. Also, I lose my possibility of collecting 4 spade tricks. Hey, Allie. A welcome. All right, let's take a first round club hook. Well, better to be lucky than good, you know? Silly robots. Spade discard from East. Interesting. Spade discard from West. Oh, the spades were just splitting all along. That was not a very good play by West, jumping up with the club ace, but it's a pretty common robot thing to do. So, see, like, they essentially knew that I could pick up the club suit no matter what, so they were just like, it doesn't matter what I play. Obviously, I was going to do the wrong thing if they had just played low. Wow, disaster avoided. Let's look at board 9. Halfway done. We have a lot of 170s, 210s, that sort of thing going on, 680s. I feel like our bidding has been off today, but that's not what we're participating in. So pass, we open a spade in third, 2 spades Michaels, pass by our partner, 3 hearts by East, we bid 3 spades. Do we really bid 3 spades? We have like a bare minimum opener with a 6-card spade suit. I don't even understand the 3 spade bid. Our partner could have doubled 2 spades if they had any sort of values. King, third of hearts isn't a good holding. I don't know, this 3 spade bid is very suspicious. I don't think we have enough for this. West doubles. Yup, sounds about right. 4 hearts by East. Pass, 4 spades by our partner, and no one cracked this. This must be good news. And we get the ace of spades lead. Okay, despite all of these things, it's still very possible that we end up down on this hand. I mean, it looks as if they're going to take 3 aces, and the spade ace must be singleton. So East is going to have the queen fourth of spades to protect. Maybe we can convince them to let us rough a couple diamonds in our hand and perform some sort of trump coup. But it seems unlikely. Anyway. Ace of diamonds. Yup. Diamond. Well, I mean, okay, what shapes are good for us that West can hold? I mean, West having a singleton spade is not good. That is not good news. Is it possible that West has a club void and led the ace of spades from ace third? Interesting thought. That doesn't really help us though, does it? Because then East has jack fourth of clubs. Okay, I think we just rough a heart in the dummy, concede the spade trick to East. Down 1. Can't do better. We could get ourselves in trouble. If we tried to play to make the hand from that position, we would have ended up losing 2 heart tricks. So it was good that we kind of correctly deduced that the spades were not coming home and went for the heart rough and dummy. So that might be an all right result, but we'll see at the end. Wow, we have a big hand. We have 25? Did I count that right? Yeah, we have 25. 2 clubs by us, 2 diamonds by our partner, 2 spades by us. Sure. 3 hearts by our partner, 3 no by us. Seems reasonable. And we get a club lead. So we have 4 club tricks, a heart, a diamond, and 2 spades. That's 8 so far. We should be able to set up a long spade if that suit is splitting in a friendly manner. And if not, there's even a possibility that some opponent, like, okay, well, to start with, I'm going to lead the king, queen of hearts out of hand. There's a real chance that against opponents who don't signal count, both of these tricks hold. Unless they believe that I have 3 or fewer hearts. No, it says 4 or fewer hearts. Or sorry, fewer than 3 hearts. If they think that my 3 no trump over 3 hearts guarantees a doubleton, then I could definitely see them winning the ace on the second round. But they might be worried that I have, king, queen, third. And so they'll duck the ace twice, which would be good news for us. I'm going to try the 9 of clubs at trick 1 just to see if West has led from the jack. That will give me a bit more information about the missing honors. Okay. I think that's a really, really bad play, but it's gonna work out great for them here. It's, I guess, about time. Yeah, the bots know the suit is blocked. I wonder how they know this. They cheat. I think really what's going on is they're just like, well, it's possible Declarer doesn't have the heart queen. So if Declarer has like king doubleton or singleton king of hearts, I have to take my ace now. I didn't really consider this, but it's possible. Anyway, let's try and set up my spades. I guess we're gonna do this by cashing the ace-king. If spades are 5-2, we can still pick up like a jack-8 doubleton or queen-8 doubleton sort of thing, even 9-8 doubleton. We can force out the remaining 2 high spades. So I guess let's do this. No! Spades were not breaking. I see. Well, West has been double dummy this whole time. Down 1. Hard to do better. I mean, given that the king of diamonds is off, it'll probably be a flat board. But not really what we're hoping for if we want a big score today. Okay. Board 11. Pass by us. Wow, pass by us. It's strange to me that the robots will open some 11 counts, like balanced 11s, but maybe like 4-4-3-2, and they won't open this 11. This is a hand which I think is made a lot easier by opening the bidding. Now, of course, if the auction starts, you know, like pass, pass, pass a diamond, and we get to bid 2 diamonds Michaels, sure, we're pretty happy. But if the auction starts like pass a no trump, pass 3 no trump, we're not very happy anymore. You know, we don't have a good way to show our hand, or other varieties of something like that. So I would prefer, if you're going to be opening at least some 11 counts, that this one gets included. You can start bidding your suits. But okay, we pass, so pass, pass, a club by our partner, diamond overcall, we bid a spade, our partner bids 2 clubs, we jump to 3 hearts invitational, and our partner raises to 4 hearts. Fair enough. We get a diamond lead, let's play a low diamond, East wins the ace, and returns a diamond. Okay. We only have 1 discard for our spade suit, the king of diamonds. And that's if we can pull trumps before the diamond suit becomes a problem. God, I don't pay attention. I think a West led a low diamond once again, but I'm not certain about that. I think Westlake led the 4 or something. I don't remember. But I think I can actually cash the king of diamonds. Like if East wins the king of hearts and plays another diamond, I can just discard. But it's a little terrifying to me that I don't remember this sort of thing. Anyway, so we're going to have to ruff a spade and dummy, which means we can only afford to take 1 trump finesse. So, for example, we can go heart to the 10. If that wins, then we can cash the ace of hearts. But if the king doesn't drop, it doesn't really cost us. We have to ruff the 4th round of spades in the dummy regardless. Yeah, transportation's a little awkward. I mean, we're in our hand now, but again, because we can only afford 1 heart finesse regardless, we can just play heart to the 10 here, and that's kind of the only finesse we need to take. I mean, it's kind of likely that East ends up winning the heart hook, just because they're the one who overcalled. But I think we're still fine, unless I'm... Yeah, the diamonds did work out. So now all we need is for West to not have a singleton club. We can ruff this club low. Okay, there we go. And ruff a spade. Then ruff a club high and we can claim. Ooh, East was the one with the 3-card hearts and the singleton club. That's kind of surprising. But okay. 450. Probably a fairly flat board, once again, I imagine. But who knows? We got 5 boards to play. We got to all of 1 heart. A diamond by West, pass, pass. We balanced with a heart. Looks like a good auction so far. I might be tempted to try a no trump with North. Though I think it's a little close as to what North should do over a heart. You know, we're not doubled yet from North's perspective, right? And North with their 8 count and a long diamond suit kind of expects that this probably isn't our hand. We don't have a good heart fit. So if one heart passes out undoubled, maybe one no trump would have fetched a double from east or west. Okay. We get to a heart, we get the ace of clubs lead, king from ace king. So either this is ace king doubleton or it's like West has a bunch of aces that they had to choose what to lead from. So we'll play low. Ace king doubleton. Okay. I suspect it doesn't matter what I do. I think I'm in the club suit, like if I unblock or not. I guess I might want a late hand entry if I like take some trump finesses and I want to pull trumps. The fact of the matter is West probably has long trumps, so that's why I don't think this decision matters too much. But I'll unblock. Diamond switch. Diamond switch is interesting. We need to figure out why West didn't bid again, right? Because West could have, well, they could have opened a no trump with 15 to 17. So presumably West has one of these like 18 to 19 type bids. But they could have overcalled or rebid a no trump over a heart if they wanted with 18 to 19. So ace king of clubs, let's say ace of spades, that's 11. Ace of hearts would be 15. Maybe they don't have the ace of hearts. Maybe their hearts are just like jack third. So ace queen of spades, ace king of clubs is 13, jack of hearts is 14, king jack of diamonds is 18. That might be exactly what West's hand is. In which case I should definitely put in the 10 here. That would give East all of one ace worth of high cards, and that's why East didn't respond to one diamond. Because if West had a heart stopper, you know, ace third of hearts, wouldn't you just bid a no trump to show your values? White on red? I think so. And we're only missing 22 highs combined between the two hands. Partner had 8, and I had 10. So I think we've kind of pinpointed that West has to have exactly that hand. Ace queen of spades, ace king of clubs, king jack of diamonds, jack of hearts adds to 18. Feels like almost the only logical thing that makes sense. I mean, maybe in some weird, bizarro world, West decides since East couldn't bid, they don't want to do anything with 18 to 19 balanced. So even if West has like the ace of hearts, then they just didn't feel like bidding a no trump. I don't believe it. Oh no, long tank. Well, okay, hold on. I mean, that's not terrible news, but that wasn't the news that I was hoping for. You know, for starters, at least we discovered East's high card. Still, that was maybe not like the most optimal layout of the cards for us. Okay, well, we got West to lead a spade away from the ace-queen, at least. But now what do we want to do? That's the second question, because we know West has the ace of hearts. And the Jack of Hearts could be anywhere, I believe. You know, now that East is turned up with the King of Diamonds, they could also have the Jack of Hearts. West would still have 18. Do we know anything about West's shape? Not really. They have 2 clubs. Alright, I'm just gonna go King of Hearts and then cross to the Ace of Diamonds to take a heart hook. Down 1. At least it was Ace Jack 4th. There was nothing we could do about it. It was wonderful that that West let a spade away from the Ace Queen, though. I think that's going to gain us big marks. The 10 of Diamonds kind of worked out in a strange way, which was that West became terrified of the strong diamond suit in dummy, and they decided they wanted to just try and cash out. I think it's a huge mistake, though. Once East turns up with the Diamond King, West should realize that partner as a passed hand can't also have the Spade King. So there's no reason to go Ace of Spades, Spade. They should just passively exit a diamond, for example, and sit back and wait for their Ace Queen of Spades. But, alright. We get to 4 spades here. We opened a club in 3rd seat. Which is shocking to me, given the only 7 cards I see in my partner's hand is a 2-spade preempt. That's all I'm noticing, and somehow we opened a club in 3rd seat. I got you. Okay, this makes sense. West bids 2 no trump, showing the red suits. Our partner bids 3 hearts, showing a good 3-spade bid as a passed hand, and we bid 4 spades. Auction from our side looks pretty normal. I mean, the King of Hearts might not be a great value, given that West has the red suits, but we're 6-4. You know, if partner just has like King 5th of spades and out, and the club finesse is working, we're going to be making 4 spades. And partner should have a little more than that for the 3-heart bid. So, yeah, I kind of like 4 spades. I think in the face of all this preemption, looking for slam might be difficult. Partner could have the hand, right? They could have the King of Spades, the Ace of Hearts, and the King of Clubs. That would be a 10 count, very possible. We could be on for 6 spades. But it's difficult to kind of diagnose that, given that we're already at the 3 level and we haven't found a fit yet. Anyway, we get the King of Diamonds lead. Partner turns up with obviously just like the stone cold nuts. And how do we want to play this one? Well, I'm very tempted to take the roughing hook and clubs through West. If it works, I'm going to make all 13 tricks. So that feels like a good reason to try it. What we could maybe do is pull a couple rounds of trumps first to get a better count on West's hand. Like if West turns up with 2 spades, and then we go Ace of Clubs, well, West is, and the King doesn't fall, we know West is limited to a singleton club. Or if we go King of Spades, Spade to the Ace, and West discards on the 2nd round, and we go Ace of Clubs, I guess small club at that point, and West doesn't play the King, we know that once again West is limited to only 2 clubs. But can I actually afford to do this? Like if I pull 2 rounds of trumps and go Ace of Clubs, low club, I mean, don't I have to take the club roughing finesse anyway? Because I'm like running out of trumps in the south hand, which is kind of a funny thing to happen when you have a 10 card fit. but I can no longer ruff, 2 diamonds and 1 heart in my hand. I only get 1 discard on the ace of clubs. So I guess that means I have an alternative line, right? The alternative line of play is I never touch trumps. I win the ace of diamonds. I lead a heart to the 8. West wins, and let's say West has a small doubleton club and a singleton spade. They can only pull 1 round of trumps. I can play a heart to the king. West has to win, and then I'll be able to cash the ace of clubs, rough clubs in the dummy, and rough red suits in my hand, and I'll make 11 tricks this way. Whereas if I try the club roughing finesse and it loses, East puts a heart through, they get 3 tricks. So that line of play is actually quite reasonable. Is there any way that I can kind of hedge my bets a little bit? I could go ace of diamonds, diamond ruff, ace of clubs, pitching a heart, club ruff. Diamond ruff, club ruff. And if the king of clubs hasn't showed up, then I can lead a heart to the 8. This can backfire if East happens to have like 2 intermediate heart spots, like if East has queen 9 doubleton or jack 10 doubleton or whatever. East is going to be able to force a heart trick, and I won't be able to. Then they can pull 2 rounds of trump. But yeah, it looks like I can cover all my bases with that plan. So ace of diamonds, diamond ruff, ace of clubs pitching a heart. It's going to be a little sad if West roughs the ace of clubs, but I think I'm willing to take that risk. I then lead a low club, ruffed. I ruff a diamond. I lead another club ruffed. If West plays the king on this trick, oh, then I've run out of trumps. Yeah, I guess I can't pick up West holding 0-5-5-3 shape with the club king in this manner, but I do get to pick up some of the 1-5-5-2 distributions. Okay, I'm on board. Let's give this a shot. I think there's a decent chance of getting 11 tricks, and at least we don't give up too much when it comes to picking up the club suit potentially for a bunch of discards. Okay. So the clubs don't come home. That's good information. Now we're going to try and play a heart to the 8. Oh, although this means West has 2 spades. Oh, but they don't switch to trumps. That's also good news. Oh, maybe West is 6-5 actually. That's very possible. Was I not paying attention? Did East show out? No, East didn't show out. Yeah, West could be 6-5, 1-1 in the black suits, and then anyway, this all makes sense. Everything looks good. We get to win the queen of spades, ruff a club low, and now we have a high cross ruff for 11 tricks. Yeah, very cool. Actually, a very cool hand. Our line of play does not seem immediately obvious, but the fact that East only had one of the missing heart cards in between the king and the 8 made it so that we could prevent them from pulling 2 rounds of trump, while still picking up most of the club positions that we were able to for 13 tricks. So I think that board will score quite well. I believe a lot of people will just kind of take the lazy approach, pull trumps, and try the roughing hook and clubs, and they're going to end up with 10 tricks. Board 14, 3 boards to play. We open a no trump with our 15 count in second seat. Partner bids Stamen. We show spades, they invite. and we say no thanks. We get the 9 of hearts lead. I guess hearts could be 6-2. East didn't preempt. I wonder if this 9 of hearts could be from like 9-8-7, some sequence. West is like, oh, I have to lead the 9 because it's top of a sequence. Maybe that's what's going on. Anyway, we have 2 spade losers. We have presumably a club loser. We have a diamond loser, unless we get super lucky in the diamond suit. We might be able to pick up the clubs for 3 tricks, pitch a diamond, and if the diamond hook is working, that's going to be good news for us. Or alternatively, maybe we can actually end play the opponents into leading clubs for us. That is also possible. All right, let's win the King of Hearts, and let's try and pull some trumps. Hello. Oh, no. Well, now I'm a little scared. Okay. Now I kind of feel obligated to just try and... Oh, this is super awkward. I really wish I had preserved the King of Hearts now. I wasn't even considering this possibility. If West has really ducked from Ace-King, 4th of spades, then I can't pull a second round of trumps, otherwise my heart ruff goes away. So I would need to take my heart ruff now, and that means squandering a hand entry prematurely. Well, I mean, all right, I guess if I have to, right? We can go ace of hearts, club to the ace, and ruff a heart. Hope that West didn't actually lead from like 9-8 4th. Then when they get in with the spades, they can go spade, spade, heart, tapping us out, and that would kind of be a disaster. Okay. Yep. Well, I mean, none of this is great, is what I'm realizing. I can... Well, let's pitch a diamond. I saw that East threw a club on the previous trick, which has to be good news. That basically means that if I lead a club to the king, I can guarantee making the contract, then take the diamond hook. West is down to just the minor suits. So a club to West end plays them, right? They have to lead a diamond away from the king. Oh, maybe East has the diamond king. That's what's going on. Okay, this was almost a good line of play, but East covers. Yeah. That's too bad. Plus 140. Could I have done better? I mean, given the 4-1 spade split, maybe if I had prepared for the 4-1 spade split a little better. Like if I didn't squander this this ace of clubs entry, or basically if I just won the ace of hearts at trick 1 and then let a spade, and West ducks, I can then go king of hearts, heart, rough, spade, and then I would eventually be able to play a club towards the 10 in my hand, keeping East off lead after all of my trumps were exhausted. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. I mean, you can't just like prepare for a 4-1 trump split if you don't know it's coming. Most of the time, it's very reasonable to just assume trump split 3-2, especially at match points. But maybe I could have been a bit more careful on that one and ended up with 10 tricks. Anyway, 2 boards to go. We open a club as south. Partner bids a diamond. We bid a heart. Partner bids a no trump. We bid 2 clubs. I never understand these like 2 of a minor rebids with a 5-card suit. It just doesn't make any sense. Take your chances in a no trump. It is the higher scoring contract. And, you know, like, the bad thing that happens in a no trump is you go down because you don't have enough tricks, but a 5-card suit provides a source of tricks. Frequently, you can just set it up, and here we have a good 5-card suit with 2 side entries. I'd be very happy to play a no trump. Whereas playing in 2 clubs, even if it makes, you might have scored 90 in a no trump, and if you happen to have no fit, you're just in a disaster contract. Well, we're here now. So we're in 2 clubs. We get a spade lead, and it looks right to me to try and pull trumps. I think if the opponents are careful in their defense, they should be able to, you know, prevent us from scoring our long heart tricks. By trying to tap us in the diamond suit. But we may as well attempt to pull trumps and set up hearts, I guess. How do I want to convince them to keep playing spades? Because I think them playing spades is going to avoid the issue of them tapping us in diamonds. I suppose let's play the queen from dummy. Okay. Spade to the ace. Let's try the jack of clubs. Another spade. Ooh, a club back. Well, that's good news. Now with club splitting, we can basically just claim they're going to get a diamond and 2 hearts. Because we're in control. They, you know, East's best defense when they won the club ace was to go king of diamonds, small diamond. And that's very hard to do, looking at queen jack 10 fifth in the dummy. But they needed to start removing our trumps before we knocked out the entries, or the heart stoppers they had while we set up our hearts. So whatever we did convinced them to keep playing spades and clubs eventually, and that helped us a lot. Last board of the tournament, West opens a club, North, our partner, overcalls a diamond. 1 spade by East, and 3 hearts is presumably some like intermediate type heart bid. It looks like it. So some sort of like invitational hand with hearts. 2 hearts presumably would have been non-forcing them. Well, 3 hearts also non-forcing, but a little bit stronger. That's kind of weird. I know that having a forcing bid in this type of spot doesn't come up all that often. I think some people use like Q-bidding opener's suit as the forcing bid. But it is kind of awkward if we don't have a forcing way to bid hearts here. You know, say we actually happen to have like a 15 count with a 5-card heart suit. What are we supposed to do? Do we just bid 3 no trump? Do we bid 4 hearts on our own? Good to see you, Allie. See you next time. Thanks for stopping by. Anyway, we ended up in 3 hearts. And, not very obvious how to play this contract either. West is the opening bidder. Let's see what happens at trick 1. 10 of spades. Well, I guess no matter what happens, East has the jack of spades and is going to play low. But I was hoping to get some sort of sense as to whether or not West has led from like queen 10-9. My guess is no. So what does that mean West's hand looks like? Ace queen of clubs and ace queen of hearts? Actually, that seems very likely to me. East then has the queen jack of spades. Oh, and nothing else? Wait a second. Wait a second. Where are East's values? It says 6+ total points. So maybe East actually has like queen jack 6th of spades? Is that possible? And no other high cards? Okay, here's my problem. Well, let's win the ace of spades and see what happens. It might look pretty natural to go king of diamonds, diamond to the ace, queen of diamonds, pitching a spade, and then plan to like play a heart to the 10, for example. I'm a little worried hearts might actually be like 4-1. If East does have this like queen, jack, 6th of spades type hand with no extra values, then they have to have shortness somewhere. And I don't think it's in diamonds, given that West didn't open a diamond. West opened a club. Then again, if I lead a heart and West plays low, I feel like I'm in a bit of an awkward spot. Because if I wanted to guard against 4-1 hearts, I would like stick in the 8. And that's just a really difficult play to find. I don't think West always plays low, though, with ace queen 4th. Let's try a low heart. Well, well, well. No. This couldn't possibly have gone worse. All right. How many of these cash? Made 3. I forget, did East have Queen 9 doubleton? Okay, they didn't, which is good news, because that means West had 2 natural trump tricks. Oh, but West roughing a diamond meant I could have picked up the suit. Ugh. That's not going to be a good board to end on. Well, let's see how we did. We got 57.